They are. I don't see a centered being. And there are so many meditation classes, there are so many yoga classes, and those people who have done yoga for 10 years are not centered. People who are teaching yoga are not centered. Big names in that who are teaching yoga are completely uncentered beings. Okay. So what we have is a situation where even the basic things are not being taken care of. Like we have this body, it's a fact, it's a reality. We cannot run away from this. Okay. We have it. Okay. Now we have to do the right thing with it. Okay. We are in this compulsion that we have to do the right thing with it. Okay. And that's the first right thing. And that's the only responsible thing to do. You can't treat it like a second hand or rental car. You know how people treat rental cars? Rental cars. They trash them because it's a rental car. You have to give it back. It doesn't matter what you do with it. So that's how people treat bodies, their own bodies, like rental cars. So I can do anything with it. Does not matter what I put in it, what I do with it, all of that. So people are continuously actually hurting their own self via their body. Okay, people are in this, and then they get all these diseases and these problems, and they say, oh, where did this come from? Where did this come from? It came from you doing all these wrong actions all the time and continuously. Okay, there's a basic law in this universe, is that every action will have a okay, there'll be something. If you do something, there'll be something which will happen from it. Okay. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Prash, I was
Zia.
going to say, it keeps occurring to me over and over that people are very emotional when you talk to them about what they're doing that's incorrect.
Yes.
They start to go into feeling like, oh, and I
Yes.
think that we don't realize that we're in a culture of malalignment.
Yes.
We're not aligned. We're taught, like you said, to be unaligned.
Yes.
And so what you're doing is opening this culture of alignment.
Yeah.
And it's not that like people are doing things to malalign on purpose. It's the culture, again, not nationalistic culture, not ethnic culture, but the culture
as a whole
that has malaligned us from this nature you're talking about.
Yes, and it's not being taught at school. That's what I said. Like it's not being taught at school anywhere on earth. Okay, and which is a travesty. Okay, because it should start at the age of 4, 5. Like that's when a child should start learning these things. Because parents don't know that this should be the case, so they can't obviously teach their children that. Okay, school does not know, the school can't teach that. Okay, so you are creating this like sense from the very like young age, and then by the time you're 20, 30, and 40, you've already developed a thing called ego, which is like ego is a very simple thing. It's called sum total of your false knowing. Okay, whatever you think you know, and that's not actually true or correct in terms of nature and the actual reality. That's called ego. Ego is not some strange like a thing which people have made it into be. It's a very simple thing. It's the sum total of your false sense of knowing, nothing else. Okay, so that also comes from the Vedic text only, what I'm speaking. Okay, like now this is what the rishis used to teach their disciples or kids, or the things which came to study. They actually made them have proper posture first. Okay, that was the first thing. Then have proper speech second. Okay, then only you are ready to get any kind of knowledge. Okay, and retain it. Okay, and make use of it and apply it properly. Okay, now people are running for the secondary things, tertiary things. I'm going to learn astrology. I'm going to learn this. I'm going to learn that. Okay, but you are not in a position to learn actually. You are not in the right mode for learning. Okay. Right now, since I've started doing this talk, everybody's posture has improved here from when we started. Okay. Okay. So within half an hour we have had this improvement. Okay. So which is a good thing. Which allows people to actually like take in what I'm saying and like get to the gist of it or understand it in a proper way and to make something of it much more. If you don't have the proper posture and stuff, a lot of things you will not get the gist of it right, what I'm trying to communicate. Even if I'm trying to communicate it, like from my side, but you will make something of it something different than what I'm saying. So it will not be super conductive. It will not be like 100% of what I am saying. You will lose 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% of it depending on whatever level of friction or strainness which is there in you, which your mind creates for you if your posture is not right. Like when people tell me about this mental things, I have so many mental issues, I'm having these emotional problems and I'm feeling so this thing and that thing. I say like just control your body and have a good posture and sit down properly first. Try that. Try that. Let's see what happens. Let's see if your mind can do this dramas it does when your body is straight and your posture is right. Okay, let's see if it can do it. You should try it. Like let's see how much it can jump. Then, so there's a thing. This is a practical thing. People can try it. In there, yes.
Do you think athletes who are exceptionally good at their sports have something to do with the right posture?
No. I mean, that's like torturing your body. All athletics is torturing your body. Okay, because you are putting unnecessary pressure on it. Our body's gonna
going against the proper posture.
Yeah. Because your body was not meant to undergo that kind of posture, that kind of pressure. It's not something to be tortured. Okay, your body. Okay, whenever a person, like for example, if they do bicycling, okay, cycling, Tour de France and stuff, they have their back bent like this for hours and hours and hours on end. Now that's very bad for your back. I mean, you have to be on drugs and stuff to even do that. And then finally they'll say, oh yeah, this person was on drugs, oh that cyclist was on that was on. I mean, that's why drugs are involved in most of athletics from a college level itself. Why is that so? Because it's a natural thing to do with the body. That is just you are pressuring and torturing your body just to get some gains in this world. Okay, which you think are gains, but finally they are not, because finally you will suffer physically first, mentally later, and spiritually last. So your physical, mental, spiritual, all levels you will suffer. Okay.
So are you going to teach us the right posture, like at the end?
Yes. I'm going to do that. Okay, but first thing is this, first important thing is to understand first. Okay, you can only do something if you understand that this is the right thing to do and I have to do this. Okay, there's no way out of this. Once you have a human body, there's no way out of this. You have to understand this. Okay, this has to be very clear in your self, your consciousness, that I cannot get away from this. Look, I mean, there is a kind of rebellion you can do with this kind of things, which is sense of rebellion. No, I'm not gonna follow the laws, or I'm not gonna. That's fine for the laws of man. You can rebel against these because these don't have any meaning. You can break every law in America; it does not make any difference. But you cannot break nature's laws. Okay, because that's different. People make man-made laws much more important. They will not break those. They'll put their seatbelt on. They will do everything right, whatever as per whatever country they are in. They will follow those laws. Okay, like as if they are so important. That's not important. Maximum you'll go in jail. Okay, that's not important. Okay, in jail also you can keep yourself centered. Okay. Okay. My point is this: your body is still with you. Okay. Most important thing is to actually, your only responsibility in this world is to take care of yourself and your being. That is your only responsibility, only work, only job in this world. Okay, people have got so many jobs now. Like I have this job, that job. That's not your job. Your job is to take care of yourself. Okay, that's your job. People say, now I have to take care of my family. I mean, if you can't take care of yourself, how will you take care of your family? I mean, who? I mean, first you have to take care of yourself, isn't it, first? Okay. And if something is happening to you, negative thing and all of that, then how will you help anyone else, or whether it's family or any other human being on this earth, or any other being on this earth? So first comes your working on your own self and doing the things right for yourself. And that's where the Vedic knowledge, that's where I learned this from, that you have to be centered. And now it's my study of that which led to that. And when I saw everyone, all the teachers, all the gurus, all the so-called things, teaching things, Nobody was talking about this. Nobody was talking about centering. Nobody even cares what people do. Like all these gurus are like that 1 hour guru, like where when 1 hour they give them some kriya or something, people do it and some action, and then afterwards people do whatever they feel like. You know, I mean that's not how something works. I mean any logical mind and logical thing will tell you that you have to do something all the time for it to have any effect. You cannot do like little bit then and then do wrong thing. Then you know plus minus will be, and you'll be doing more minus than more plus. You'll be in minus only. The sum total will be in negative only. It will not be in positive. So we have to become more conscious and logical about using our own body. Now the awareness is coming. Now people want to eat only organic food, right? In America also, everyone, and no one wants to eat GMO, and no one wants to like. I mean, organic is the main thing. I mean, organic is not stamped on anything. People don't buy it now, pretty much. You know, if you don't stamp the word organic onto it, like majority of the population will not buy it. Okay, so there is awareness coming about what I'm going to put into my body, like the diet. Yeah, but that is a secondary thing. That posture is a primary thing. Food is the next thing, and then what clothes to wear. Okay, what kind of building to stay in. For example, we are under these lights right now. Okay, now these kind of lights, you know, these white ones. Okay, they are very bad for your body. Okay, they actually affect with your brain waves patterns. Okay, because it's not full spectrum. The old bulb, you know, yellow bulb we used to have before, that was full spectrum lighting. Okay, so that didn't create that much problems with your brain. Now all these LED lights and all of the new lights which they are coming, they're called power saver. Yeah, so you're saving power and you are hurting yourself. I don't know what power you are saving. You're not saving your own power for sure. like okay. So you have to understand, like, I mean, this is the basic kind of things which are not taught to the masses. Like when people are given mobile phone, for example, okay, all the masses have been given mobile phone now. Okay, now that was a handheld device. Hear me again, handheld device. It was never supposed to be put near your ear. You know, you have seen Star Trek. How many of you have seen Star Trek out here? Okay, 1960s. So Captain Kirk, where did he used to speak from? Like in the front, like here, like here. He never put it onto his ears. This is a handheld device. It was never meant to be. What do majority of people do with a mobile phone? They put it onto their ears. Now what does that do? That puts the microwave straight into your brain, next to it, instead of holding in front of you, where it can't affect you like that. So, I mean, what I'm saying is people can be given tools right now, and if they don't have the basic sense, common sense to use them, and where is this common sense going to come from? First, this common sense is going to come from your connection with nature. Okay, that is the only way to get common sense. Okay, so first when you start taking care of posture, afterwards the next thing is you have to connect with nature. Okay, so when you connect with nature, okay, then only you will start appreciating natural laws. Right now we are so disconnected from nature that we do not appreciate natural laws. We only appreciate man-made laws. That everyone is going to a lawyer and there are millions of books the lawyer has, and there are millions of laws and there are millions of sub-laws and millions of that things, and people have made a mess of the whole thing, which is all nonsensical, which has no basis in reality. None of it has any basis in reality. It's a construct, which is like a house of cards, pack of cards. It requires just a little blow to put it all down. This whole system, which we have created, is a pack of cards. And it can be taken down like that, by nature. And whatever happens, I mean, right now when that thing came in category 4 or whatever it was, yeah, it was in North Florida, yeah, in that panhandle, yeah, like, I mean, how long did it take to take out the whole house of cards? They're not yeah, not long, right? Yeah, I mean, it's a pack of cards. Okay, people have to understand this. Okay, like nature and this multiverse which you are inside of as a being is much more stronger than anything of this. And if you are misaligned with it, you will suffer not only in this lifetime, but future many lifetimes. This lifetime is nothing. Future, you have millions and millions of years to go. Okay, it's not a matter of just this 70, 80, 90 years. You have a long way to go. Okay, so you have to understand, if you have been future centric, really future centric, you have to understand it's not just a matter of right now. So you can understand the gravity of the situation.
Is there a way to get out of this birth and life cycle?
Birth and death, yes, obviously. There's a way. That's exactly what, there is a way. But even still, even if you get out of the cycle of birth and death, then you will still have millions of years in another plane. Okay, you will still exist. You will not cease to exist. You will just not have physical bodies. You will not be taking birth on earth again and again. Okay, but you will still be in another plane. Okay, and you'll have your that thing, and you can't make a mistake there either, because once you make a mistake there, that's when you get kicked down here. Okay. Okay, that's what happens. You know, like, and then you come into this world of disease, death, all these things which are no good. No one likes them. Doesn't even like these things. Okay. No one enjoys this kind of thing, like, which we are under out here. Like, you know, like, this is not an enjoyable thing. You know, it is a problem. Okay, and the biggest problem is that anything can happen to us tomorrow, and we have no control over it. That's the biggest problem. Like, that means there is a thing called destiny, which is ruling over you, when you should be ruling over destiny. It should be the other way around, right? You should be ruling over destiny, but right now destiny is ruling over you. So what's going on? Where is the? That's where you have to take matters into your own hands, and then start doing the things right, which is aligning with the natural law, with the multiversal law. And what that law is, I don't have the time to go into this in this talk today, but at some point I'll go into those. What are the laws which govern this construct, this system? First, most important thing though is like, everybody has a body, and they have to take care of their body in the right way. Okay, there is no, because if you don't do that, like, you know, like, if you have a computer game and you're at level 1, okay, and you can, if you don't do level 1 right, you're not going to get to level 2, right? You can keep on doing the level 1, play it over and over and over and over again. I mean, it's up to you, you can do that, you know, but you're not going to go to level 2. Okay, so that level 1 is your posture. You're taking care of your body first in that way. Like, diet even comes later, you know, diet is the next point. What you wear, like, what kind of clothes you wear and stuff like that. Like, right now people are wearing all kinds of things, you know, they're wearing stuff which is made from unnatural dyes, right? So cotton, and when unnatural dyes are put on, which are poisons. You know, I'm a textile engineer before, so I know what those things are. So, and you wear them next to the skin, and then you have a osmosis, and they actually go into your bloodstream. Okay, so you don't understand what clothes you're wearing is what kind of effect it is having in your body. Okay, so I mean, like, these things are more secondary, tertiary things I consider. Like, but the main primary thing is posture first. Okay, what kind of, like I said, like, even the architecture which we have right now, this room we are in, this is not conducive for human beings. A person who's going to stay here will automatically get some sort of, because this is not designed as per any natural law. Okay, the buildings which are designed as per natural law, and that thing will be all natural materials. They'll have a particular kind of architecture, architecture, which is the arcs in the right ratios. Gold ratio will be used mostly. You know, even all of those things will be used, and then if a person stays in that, then they will not get sick. That person will not get sick. You know, like, yeah.
Will you talk about all these things at some point? Like, what is the right way? Like, how to connect with nature?
Yes.
Right? And how
Yeah.
do we lead them?
I mean, connecting with nature first, like, you can start with very basic sort of things. Like, you can start by putting your feet on the ground for 10 minutes, 15 minutes every day. Just on your garden, just go and test, because right now people everywhere wear shoes and stuff all the time. No one touches the ground anymore. Okay. Now your human body is actually a electrical equipment. Did you know that your human body is electric? Does anyone here know that human body is electric? Electrical in nature. Okay, so all of your synapses, everything, all of the signals and stuff are all electrical. Your human body is electrical equipment. And why do we have a grounding that thing on every electrical equipment? The third pin. Because all electrical equipment need grounding. Otherwise, there is that fuzziness, buzziness, and that thing, which people call mental tension nowadays. There's a word for it. Now, you have to start going and start touching your feet on the ground every day, 10 days. Start looking at the sky. Start looking at a sunrise. Start looking at a sunset. Start appreciating nature. Little bit. Just start little things first. With the right posture, of course. You got the posture right. Now you're standing on the ground. And then you are touching the feet. Okay, on the ground, your head is looking up to the sky. Then you're creating a connection between the sky and earth and yourself. Okay, which can be done, which is like simple things which people can do, and in California it's even easier because the weather is nice. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, if the weather is not nice, sometimes it's very cold, you can go touch your hands on a tree. That'll give you grounding. And the worst comes to worst, if you're totally trapped inside your home, then you can get a wooden thing made, like a wood, that thing, and just stand on that wooden thing, like with your feet. So there is always something you can do. There's always something you can do. But you have to know that you have to do it. That these things are not optional. Okay? You have to do these things so that you stay in a right frame of mind and you are actually doing these things. Like connecting with nature is something, like all of my films, even on YouTube, are showing me playing music and connecting with nature. My sound music I play is always connecting with nature. Okay, like sometimes I play something and a rainbow will happen, or if I play something there'll be a lightning, or sometimes if I play different kind of thing then there'll be a rain. That is all, like even sound, music, frequencies, everything is connected. Okay, all things are connected. People cannot disconnect music, sound, Jyotish, Vastu, any of these Ayurveda, any of these sciences, because healing also in Ayurveda happens through sound. If you listen to the right sound, you will get healed. If you make the right sound from your own mouth, you will get healed. You don't always require a herb or some external agency to heal yourself.
Is there when we call Om as right, every day chanting, what does that signify? Is like, I know you have said the right way of saying Om is a little bit different what you say. How does it connect?
I mean, first thing is, like, I don't expect people to be able to say that what I do with, I don't expect everybody to be able to do that. So I'll give people a starting point to do a R sound first. The R sound is the first sound, where the vowels start with A in Hindi, in English A. So A is the sound in the vowel and A is the sound. The R sound is the most important sound first. The Ayom thing, the full thing which I did, which we were seeing the film of, and then the crop circle happened in England. Then a whole design came, 1,000 yards by 1,000 yards in the field. Very next day, I did it on 6th, and the 7th July, 6th July I did it, 7th July the whole field had that sign, which showed that that is the right sound. Basically to me, that was like a scientific experiment. You do something, and you get that thing, okay, this is the proper real sound of that symbol. Now symbol was there, the sound wasn't known. People just turned it into Om in the last, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years. People just started saying Om, Om, Om. In India, everybody's called Om. But O is just one sound. It doesn't carry all the vowels. Okay? And this symbol was supposed to be symbol of creation. Now creation should carry all the vowels within it, because all the vowels are the root, creating root of, like vowels are the same in any language of earth. Okay? If you go into any language of earth, which is Spanish, German, like if you go to any Albanian, any language, the vowels are the same. Okay, they don't change. Okay, that is the common root, whether you go to Africa, South America, India, Thailand, that vowel sounds are not going to change. Okay, so that is the basic sound, like which I'll do it right now. Just just one time, just to give people who are listening first time. Okay, it's like so this is the full sound, okay, from which all of the vowels from any language can be derived from, which is A, E, I, O, U in English, R, E, E, U, U, O, O, A, I, E in the Devanagari, which is Sanskrit root, okay. So all of those, everything can be taken out from this. But no gurus of any time of right now have come up with this. We have had so many yogis, Maharishis, Munis, and all these kind of people, but none of these people have come up with these, and there's so many of these Anandas as well. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know how many Anandas we have had in this last 100 years, 100, 150 years, who have even come to America and taught things, and I don't know what they were teaching, because they were not teaching the right posture, they were not teaching right sounds, they were not teaching centering, they were, so it has been a very big mess overall, and that's why the world is in the situation right now what it is. Without clues, without answers, with all kinds of diseases, just hospitals, drugs, pharma. I mean, no one likes to go to a hospital. Hospitals is hell, right? Isn't it? Like, they'll give you poisons, put needles into you, cut you open. I mean, it's like a proper hell. They have to give you anesthesia just to even go through that process. If you were alive, you will be screaming if they cut you open. If you were actually conscious, you would not be like it's not a pleasant experience, okay? Like, it's very far from pleasant, any kind of pleasantness, okay? And does everyone wants pleasantness, right? In the end, every being wants like happiness, pleasantness, bliss, this good feeling and this nice, and that's what everyone wants. I mean, I'm assuming at least everyone out here wants that, who are sitting here listening, unless they are sadists or that kind of things, but even in that, everyone has their limits. There is a point where even all the war prisoners of war, give up. After certain pain or torture, everybody has a limit. Nobody can take more than a certain amount. Okay? And after that, once you have reached your limit, you will have to start doing the right thing. It's only a matter of what is your limit and after what point of time you think that now I should start doing the right thing. Right now, if you people have some health and you are still having that, so that's a good time to start, because at least you don't have any problems looming right now. So because prevention is better than cure, right? I mean, because you're looking towards the future. You're not just looking towards right now, the present. You're actually looking towards what's going to happen to you in the future. Okay? And that's more important, because future is much longer than the present.
So,
yeah.
Prash,
yeah.
You're talking, so you told us about posture.
Yeah.
You told us about some of the food habits.
Yeah.
You're telling us about some sort of sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? What about the clothes which we are wearing and also the house which we are living? Is there something which we can?
Yeah, I mean, I've made some actually episodes which people can see, like I call it Roti Kapla Makan, which is like the basic things on food, clothing, and architecture. What kind of food we should have, what kind of clothing we should wear, which is like soft. Like everyone should have soft, like your skin should not feel like abrasion. Okay, like why do you want to torture your skin? Like you should wear something soft, which is airy, which your skin can breathe. And you should mostly like to wear something which doesn't have these chemical dyes and stuff, like organic dyes and things like that. And clothes also, not to wear things which are tight for you and too much that thing, which are creating problems for you in that way. And there has to be common sense about clothes. People are giving a lot of more importance to clothes than their body. Okay, that should not be the case. Okay, body should be paramount. Clothes are secondary thing. Okay, people should not be like spending time like pressing clothes all the time and ironing and all of that. I mean, that is just for image and masses in public, but it's got nothing to do with your actual. I find that most people who pay a lot of attention to clothes don't pay enough attention to their body. Okay, okay. I mean, so the point is that body is much more important than clothes, right? Okay, that's your actual tool. Okay, clothes is just like a covering for it because to protect you from the cold or the sun or something like that. It's nothing like, I mean, if you're in a weather where none of that is required, you can stay naked. Best is to stay naked, okay, because then your pores breathe and everything and breathes properly, and you're like a lot of diseases which we have right now, 30% of them are from wearing clothes. Okay, because we are not, that disconnects you from the elements basically when you don't need to be disconnected. I mean, it's not like if you're going to be in northern Canada, like in the Eskimo land, you will have to wear the fur and stuff, otherwise you won't survive, right? Then it's actual necessity, okay? But it has to be on the basis of what kind of weather you are in, the clothing. It should not be just like that. Like, I mean, like some people who are in very warm climates now in India and stuff, they are wearing clothes like they are in London, okay? And then obviously they get hot, and then what do they need after that? AC, okay? Then they want AC, and when you want AC, then AC is obviously the worst thing for your body, okay? It creates problems for your bones, osteoporosis, arthritis, all of these things will happen much quicker to you if you are using AC, okay? So, I mean, there is to be common sense in all these things, okay? And that is one thing which is lacking in this world today, okay? Common sense, okay? It's very uncommon, okay? It's but not, yeah.
Someone needs to tell, because a lot of these things, because we have been born with it, we have seen this throughout our lifetime.
Yes.
So we think it's normal.
Yes.
Nobody told us, okay, you have to be centered, and nobody told us that, wearing any kind of clothes is bad.
Yes. Yes.
Cotton or polyester, I mean, people look at the design of the clothes, not the clothes itself.
Yes. Yes.
So these are some of the things.
Yes.
Which
we have to create that awareness from a very basic level. That's what my point was, to reach, because that education is not there. I know that education is not there on any level, and nobody's doing it. From any Dalai Lama to anybody is not gonna give you this education. Okay, they're not, because they don't know themselves. They are not going to give you this information or knowledge. I got this from the Vedic scriptures, okay, which are ancient thing. Okay, now then comes the common sense part, because in the Vedic times nature was there, so the rishis and stuff always lived in jungles. That's what I studied, that they are always living in jungles. So I was wondering, why are they living in jungles all the time? The beings who have a lot of knowledge and the ones who have all this, like, why are they living in the jungles? Then now you come to know, like, that the fractal field which is created by old growth forest is the best thing for your body. It creates a vibration for you. Like right now here, there are redwoods here, isn't it? Like north, 4 hours from here. Okay, so if you just even go to that area and you feel the vibration, you will find that it's different from the other parts of that thing. So you can actually palpably feel the energetic difference. Okay, so wherever old growth forest and stuff is there, if you put yourself there, then you are actually raising yourself up anyways. So you are in a conducive atmosphere for your brain and everything to work in the highest potential, like 100% of its potential, where you can grasp things, keep things, memorize things. Your hard disk space basically is becoming infinite. Closer, it's increasing. Okay, so your retention ability is also increasing. Everything, so which makes you a more powerful being. And only when you increase your power to that extent can you get out of the cycle of birth and death, because that requires power. Because once you die, to get out of this, break this field effect, which is we are in this matrix, which is called the earth plane, you need a certain amount of power to break out of that eggshell. Just like there's an egg, and there is a chicken inside the egg, okay, and it has to hit on it, like that shell to come out, to break the shell. When it becomes strong enough, the chick inside the egg, only then it can break the egg, right, with its beak, and then it comes out, right? That's how the chicken comes out, right? So that's the same process with us. Okay, we are inside this egg, that thing. Now we have to break the shell in order to get out of this. But for that we have to get enough force, power to do that. Okay, and if we follow the today's things, we're never gonna get this power. If any of the current society, the current norm, the current things, the whole thing is not designed for you to gain that power. Okay. Out there you can gain money. Okay, but you cannot gain power. Okay, by being in society, and money doesn't give you power. Because you're totally helpless. No matter how much the bank balance you have in your account, when you're dying, that's not going to help you one single bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it? Money gives you different kind of power.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you power over yourself.
Yes.
It gives you power over other people.
But even power over other people you don't have. You know, like even the money, you can go to a 5-star hotel, right? And there are people who are working in that hotel, okay? And they are supposed to serve you because you have the money, right? But since they are not really wanting to serve you, you'll never get that service out of them. They are always like people who are just like if you speak to them not properly, then they'll go back in the kitchen and spit in your food and give it to you. You know, that's what's going to happen to you. That's the reality of it. You know, yeah. I mean, so money can't buy that. Money can't buy someone who will not spit in your food, right? Like when they go in the back, you can't follow them there, right? Like they're just bringing the dishes to you. You don't know what they've done to that, you know, like how they're feeling about you, you know. So money can't even buy that behavior or expectancy from another human being. You know, it can't really do it. People are trying to do it for the last 100, 150 years. They have not been successful. Yes. Yeah. So, yeah.
What about the power of positive thinking?
Yeah.
You know, how do more people become more positive?
Positive. Okay. The word positive. Positive is a word where, you know, like thinking is thoughts. Like thoughts is your mind. Okay. Now your mind gives all kinds of thoughts. Okay. Mind doesn't give any kind of that thing that I can't think this thought or that thought. Mind just gives a stream of different kind of thoughts. Now you can't force your mind, just give me positive thoughts only. Just please give me positive thoughts only. Don't give me any other negative thoughts. Just please give me positive thoughts. You cannot do that. You can't force the mind to only give you what you consider positive. And look, what people consider positive is not necessarily positive to them, actually. Okay, some people think that if they make $1 million right now, that is a positive thing. Okay, so they'll say like, okay, I should make $1 million, $1 million. That's a positive thing, and I'm going to make $1 million. Okay, so that is positive. They think that is positive. But once they make the $1 million, they'll do much worse things to themselves.